Here we go. Welcome to the Don't Be Mad podcast. I am, of course, Mr. Don't Be Mad. And today we have a very special guest with us today. I have someone stopping by from out of town. And he's from in town. I got my boy Logic in the building.
Yo.
What up?
Guy, what's good?
I'm chilling. AKA Georgie. What up, bro? How you doing? We know you guys out here, so I got, put you out there in the street like that,
I'm out here grinding, doing videos.
Yeah, you working, bro. I respect. I gotta say, I
things.
respect what you doing out here. Like for a while now, you've been working. I seen you come up from a DJ to a fellow photographer. Now you a videographer, photographer, and you like all over the globe right now. Like I respect it. Congratulations. And you cut hair. I remember you used to cut Al. Shout out to Al. I gotta get him. I gotta go over there and chop it up with him.
Word.
I haven't been able to make that happen yet, but I did contact
He's on vacation
him.
right now. He's celebrating his birthday.
And talk to him. And happy birthday, man.
Word, happy birthday, Al.
So what up with you? Like, how did it come? I remember you started as a barber and then you became like a DJ. Like, what?
Yeah, so before I even started barbering, I was always like rapping, even if it was just like.
Oh, you was a rapper?
Yeah,
I
was just like trying to battle people at school and shit like that. So the whole always wanted to like further myself and invest in myself with the whole rapping shit. I had to learn how to do my own videos. I had to learn how to, like get my music to the clubs, which was becoming a DJ, playing my own shit.
Oh,
you know
see?
what I'm saying? Like I had to learn how to do
you cut middleman.
promote myself. Yeah. And then like I also had to like engineer. I started doing the engineering shit just to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like to record myself rapping. And then from there I started using that to make my own DJ drops and all that.
So you know how to make beats and everything?
Nah, not the beats. The beats I never really got into, but as far as recording video, recording audio.
And then it kind of like, it's the same kind of thing. It's different, but it's the same thing when you start doing videos and stuff like that.
Because everything comes together to build that one product. You know what I'm saying?
So
like when you're doing it professionally, you got everything solidified, everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything to make it complete as a package as to where. You know what I'm saying? Like the more in the beginning stage you got less shit with you. You know what I mean? Making it work.
So when did you step out from, so you was a rapper when in like 16, 15, that era?
Since like 15.
15?
I started, well even before that I was rapping since I was in middle school.
Damn, I never knew you as a rapper, so that's see, I learned something today. I remember you as a DJ, like, and a barber. I remember you in Al's cutting hair, and then I used to see you in the club sometimes.
Yeah. I would only go because of Al, if anything. We went to the clubs and shit, but before that, it's crazy because like each state that I'm in right now, like I have a different reputation for. You know what I'm saying? So like for Connecticut, they knew me as the barber. My stepfather having a club, you know what I'm saying, which was Ventura's.
That's throwback right there.
You know what I'm saying? Like where I used to hang out at on the east side. And just for that. And then also rapping. Like a lot of other people knew that I rap. I would try to record people in my house. They'll come over and have some bootleg shit with the cardboard and the foam in it. You know what I'm saying? Shit was mad ghetto.
In the closet somewhere chilling. That's dope though.
And then we went, you know what I'm saying? Then when I ended up in PA, before my mom's passed away, I started getting into the engineering and shit. I had more time on my hands to do shit for myself. So, you know what I'm saying, I would be at the crib all day and just...
Let me say, sorry to hear that first of all about your pops. And that's fucking dope that you started jumping into engineering, learning that audio process, because audio is like the next... You gotta have Chris audio to do any type of video. So if you know the audio game, it like helps you in the game. Like, so you took the right steps to learn the different things in your path to where you come today. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That was with intentions to just invest in myself and do it for myself, but then it became a business. So like everything I started doing, whether it was video, photography, DJ, eventually I started getting paid for it. So then I started to lead off of myself, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, there's millions and millions and millions of rappers out there.
I was gonna ask you when did you get off the rapper stage?
So how many photographers, how many DJs at that time? I'm thinking in my head like it's a smaller market.
It is a big,
not a smaller market, but it was a smaller
world,
so I could get myself in there quicker. You know what I'm saying? I just had to perfect what I was doing.
And then that's when you jumped in the camera game. Yeah. You started taking it seriously.
Because I started doing the graphic designs and all that. So I started doing my own photography and put it into pictures. Started using Photoshop. You know what I'm saying? And started learning that shit. And just using like every single tool that I could to start making money instead of investing myself as an artist. But I knew what it took. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent.
And
because then later on when I went into
the
industry and started learning more, then I knew, you know what I'm saying, hold on, there's a lot more, so I started learning a lot more shit.
And then you mastered that craft, and then, have you ever thought about jumping back into the rapping, like, now that you, at where you at, like, just to be in the studio, did you get the itch or something? Because I know you in the studio all the time.
With you, like, me being in my mature state of mind, you know what I'm saying, and actually seeing the world and what the world's soaking in right now, which is the younger market, the kids, and I know about the business. You're not gonna make a lot of money trying to become a successful rapper when you're older. Your crowd, your fan base is older because they don't go out as much. You know what I'm saying? The teens is the one downloading all the apps, paying to go to concerts. You know what I'm saying? Buying all the merch and all that. Whereas as a mature individual that's responsible is paying their bills, taking care of their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like making sure the house is good and all that. So that's not gonna be a smart thing to do.
Yeah, especially right now. There's so many of them, and it's so hard. Like, you gotta
imagine we try to pack a show and all my fan base is over 30.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to get 10,000 people. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you know what I'm saying, unless I was to come out with something that would be dope enough. You know what I'm saying, for a younger crowd, because there is. You know what I'm saying? Like there's OGs out there still doing music, still. You know what I'm saying? Like still capturing the crowd. So they can still do that, but that's a legend they built from, you know what I mean, from back then to now.
Yeah, because there's a lot of rappers actually still doing it. It's still pretty good. Like,
yeah.
You see DMX and the Locks just dropped a new track. That shit was kind of hot. Like,
and see, because our generation is still around, so we still gonna appreciate that. We still gonna, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Soak into it and all that shit. But
that nigga look old as shit in that video. Tell me he didn't look.
Yeah.
Shout out DMX, my boy get old.
He moves though. Definitely like on the stage. He moves crazy.
Yeah, he's a I done seen that nigga cry.
He's a real one.
Jump all over the place on the stage. That nigga actually could perform. That's one thing he know how to do. I can say that.
If you don't do nothing crazy nowadays, they won't remember you about it.
Alright, so how did you get into like the industry? Like, cause you I didn't even bring him up, but you fucking with a big artist. You're like a big artist, cameraman, J.I. Shout out to him. And that's a big move. Like, I was gonna ask you, how did you jump in the industry? But also, I was gonna ask you, was you always in PA and Bridgeport?
Before I came back to Bridgeport,
when did you go to
PA? I came. You know what I'm saying? I went. When I was in PA the last time that I was doing, I was out there for middle school. And then, you know what I'm saying, I graduated to high school. I started going to high school, but then I was like, I just felt like I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so who's from PA? Your mom's and them is from PA?
Nah, my mother's from Brooklyn. My father's from Brooklyn, but he live out here.
Okay.
And then my aunt was living out there in PA.
Okay, so that's how you got.
And that's how she ended up going, you know what I'm saying, going to PA. But I went out there to middle school for like 2 years. I was on a football team, basketball team. I wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't good at none of it. Like, when I used to go out, I was like Clown City, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody would look at me and just laugh. Because I'd be out there dribbling crazy, then I'm making crazy ass shots. Or like me being on the football field, you know what I'm saying? I'm over there trying to catch the ball. That's not even my position. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you supposed to block what you doing. You trying to catch the ball and shit.
Yeah, you got to block. You was a tight end, so you was
I'm trying to catch the ball so I can hit that touchdown real quick. Like,
you gotta get the shot. You gotta be the big shot, like the lineman. We never get the shot.
I wasn't good at all at football. I ain't gonna lie.
I was on a shitty ass team, but I wasn't bad.
Nah, our team did good, but I ain't gonna sit here and say that. You know what I'm saying? I helped them bring them to that. I mean, probably entertainment wise, you know what I'm saying, making them feel good and laugh while we went through the whole shit, but.
So that's
I never did nothing extravagant when I was playing sports in high school.
So you pretty much grew up in both spots. You was out here.
Yeah, Bridgeport where I was
there.
born at. I was born in Bridgeport Hospital.
Okay.
Grew up on the east side. You know what I'm saying? Like, first place I lived at was on the west side, actually.
Shout out to the capital.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
First place I lived at was
Bridgeport.
on the west side, on Maplewood. That was our
Okay.
first house, like, straight from the hospital to there.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, we went to the east side.
That's must have been fun. But that's dope that you came up out of that shit. You got into the industry. Like, was it through the what linked you up with J.I.? I know you was doing stuff before J.I.
When I was basically before Jayhawk.
My boy did some stuff with me.
No, I know. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Before I was with Jayhawk, I was like multiple orders.
Yeah, you was working. Like,
So, but before that, when I was just DJing in the clubs, I was opening up for a lot of artists that will come to that area. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that, my man Smash was bringing down, my man Panama, he was from out of town. You know what I'm saying? Soundcheck Live, he be doing his thing. Brought a lot of super big artists down. Smash continuing to bring artists down, legendary artists. Like, he brought Slick Rick. I met Slick Rick because, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, that was like super legend. Like,
yeah, that's fire.
so, but he brought a lot more artists too. I'm talking about like with them two and then the other dude Wayne and D Will.
So you build relationships off of the DJing part, or?
Yeah, doing the DJ, but because I moved into the photography and all that, while I was DJing, I brought a bigger package. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had a lot of following, Latin following, because the first club that we was doing out there, before that was a tea club, and then we ended up going for that. Like, that didn't last too long after the last Puerto Rican parade that lasted, but it was a start. Like, we was there, and then we went to this hotel right around the corner, and it was a hotel spot, and the shit was inside. The hotel was called Brunswick Hotel, and we ended up putting a club in it called El Paraíso. So, you know what I'm saying? We started with that shit, and El Paraíso took off. Shit was getting mad, you know what I'm saying? Like, people coming in from all the towns around, because it's not that big out there, not like big out here type shit. So people was coming from everywhere.
So you was like a promoter and you used to take camera live shots and...
Well, before the cameras, I was just doing the DJ. When we did the NBA, so that was the first club. And then,
So you just the DJ at...
yeah, but then I started doing the video photography and everything while I was there in Paraíso.
And DJing?
Yeah.
So you used to do all that, you used to give them a package deal like that?
I had my mans.
That's a lot.
Because we go, you know what I'm saying, like, we partnership on the club.
Yeah.
They like, we're going to provide you the space, and we're going to put the money in.
Went to work.
And, you know what I'm saying? You bring the people, you make it your party. I was like, bet, we made it a family thing. Shit worked out super good, bro. Like, it was doing real good, like, doing numbers on a weekly basis without bringing no artists down.
That's that's money right there.
Yeah.
That's
But then, you know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunate circumstances
shit happens.
happened. And,
Don't
you know
be
what I
mad.
mean? Like,
Shit happens.
like,
it happens to
yeah,
everybody.
so we had to just, from there, once that was, like, wrapped up, then I started doing little parties in between. And then ended up doing the last party at that hotel. The city been trying to take that hotel for the longest.
Okay.
Because they wanted to turn the property into something else. You know what I'm saying? It was privately owned by out of town people. The city wasn't making nothing out of it, so they was trying to make that hotel their property so they could convert it, renovate it, all that. So they letting the shit go to shits. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever help they asked for, they wouldn't give them no help. Like, it was all on them basically. Like, this is your space. You gotta make sure you maintain it. Hit them with all types of violations and all that. But we were still working there. And with the staff that was still there, I was cool with all of them. And, you know what I'm saying, like, they ended up letting me have another party. And it was a Halloween reggaeton versus reggae party.
Okay.
And bro, when I tell you this shit got so packed.
I love Halloween parties,
it was packed
bro.
from door
They're the
to
best
door.
parties.
Halloween, reggae versus reggaeton.
That
Crazy,
sounds
bro, crazy. I'm telling you, this
That
shit got
sounds
so
crazy.
flooded. And there was a BYO Beats like situation. We had the room, and we like blocked everything off and made little baby VIPs and shit. I learned that from El Paraíso. You know what I'm saying? With the collazes, they taught me all that shit. So we packed the whole shit out, and then a crazy ass fight breaks out.
Oh damn!
I was expecting it. He said
My brother gets stabbed. You know what I'm saying? Like a crazy.
He said that was the last party. He said it was the last.
In that building, because they took that and they used it to finish shutting that hotel down. You know what I'm saying? Threw it on the road and all that shit, and they took the property. Yeah, they turned it into another hotel. They renovated the shit. So we left out of there. We ended up going to York with my man Smash and Wayne and D Will, and we ended up bringing Latin night to this one spot. There was a BYOB too, but it was a bigger club. You know what I'm saying? It had VIPs, like little rooms and shit. And the way that would work is with the whole BYOB, you bring your own drinks, but you pay for the you know what I'm saying? You pay for the service and shit, but it was all legitimate. And then that's when we started bringing like huge artists. Dude Sean Neely too. He had the first Latin.
Yeah, I need to go out there and fuck with this nigga like.
He had the first Latin spots over there. That first Latin spot that was in that same club where I eventually, you know what I'm saying, like continue what I started in Lancaster, where I'm living at now. And then he ended up, you know what I'm saying, like wrapping that up, and then I was doing the Spanish nights with my man Smash. Smash an old school DJ. You know what I'm saying? Like he does turntables and all that shit. But super like business minded, you know what I'm saying? Super cool dude, OG style. Like when you talk to him, you feel like you're talking to a stepfather, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's always good.
You got that coach vibe, you know what I mean? Like, yo, you know how to calm
They always feel like
down.
they teaching you something. Everything they say, you gotta listen. Like, yo,
like, trust me, I got this. Trust me, I got this. You know what I'm saying? He definitely like helped me out a lot, bro. And then also, so doing that, DJing at the clubs and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, I started meeting the artists.
Now you paying for them, now you getting relationships with artists.
And because I was already doing the video and the photography, you know what I'm saying? I stepped my videography up to the next level by doing all the artists that came down.
Dope,
and then I have a man's DJ for me, you know what I'm saying? My man's would come and DJ, and I move around with the camera, and then the team started getting bigger. I met up, you know what I'm saying? I teamed up with more DJs on behalf of Smash, and also I had my DJ Easy V, and we just kept doing it, and they kept, you know what I'm saying, like bringing orders down, and I would take advantage of it.
Taking pictures.
Do the behind the scenes, little bootleg shit. It wasn't all the time I was dope, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit came later on. So I'm still taking footage and
you learned
at that time, remember when Instagram was only 10 seconds? You could have put a video on like that. So I was making 10-second recap videos. But then, you know what I'm saying?
Good.
Yeah.
And with
that, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit was so clean and so fresh. Like I was real OCD with my shots. Not that I was always good, but I knew what the shots should look like. And I just had to keep on working to perfect the actual look, which I still haven't done. Because the cameras get better, you know what I'm saying? Programs get better, effects get better, and all that, so it just keeps on. But
yeah, it's never end of learning when it comes to this game and photography, videography. You always learning something different, especially if you editing, making videos, and just new programs and new updates and new effects and new this every other day, like
updates, but fucking.
That's
so
just crazy.
Doing that, then I started working with my man's Panama. Panama was working with my man Smash, so he could be on with Panama. That's the dude from Allentown, so he started teaming up with him and bringing a lot of Latin artists down. Dope. Right, and then you know what I'm saying, and we was doing some like a lot of dope shit in Europe, and then Panama was also working with this club in Allentown, which is called Main Gate. A lot of artists come down there too. So Panama invites me to go to Main Gate. You know what I'm saying? To do the shows. Like he would always pay me to come out, do the recap videos and the photography. I'd be there with Mike Sutherland, sometimes another photographer. And we would go to, you know what I'm saying? We'll go to every time that he threw a concert, shit always pack out. You know what I'm talking about? Front and back, but this club is huge. And I go there on the night with Mike Towers and Gabi, which is my manager now. So that night, Mike Towers was originally opening up for Dago Calderon.
Oh, okay.
So I went there, paid him over on me to do the video for the recap for the Dago show. And Mike Towers was there, so as he came out, you know what I'm saying, I'm getting my cameras ready. And just taking like videos from the beginning performances all the way through, while then I'd be warmed up by the time they go hit the stage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
you got your shots
Mike came out and performed and I was recording them. So after that was done, what you call the show wrapped up and everything, we bounced. On the way home, I'm with my man Marcelino. And he asked me like, yo, you hungry? You want to stop somewhere to get something to eat? And I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. And we ended up stopping at a diner, right? So we at the diner, I'm sitting down, I had the laptop with me, and I'm dumping out the footage from that night, because I always send the Dropbox straight to Panama with all the pictures. He has it by the morning. And
That's customer service.
Word.
That's customer service, cause bro, when we was doing photography, when we was doing clubs back in the day, I wasn't even a photographer because I wasn't that fast. Like
it'll take you like 2 days to get back to him.
So we used to have a photographer just for that reason. So the next day they in there. That used to help us close on what photographer we would pick.
Because you want that instant post. You gotta post it before everybody else does.
That just tells y'all something.
Yeah, that's where you get all the interactions, the shares, the likes, and all that first hit.
Yep.
So fuck it, right? Check this out.
AM put
Mike Towers.
Shout out to AM.
And Mike Towers comes in and he passes by the table and I stop. I'm like, yo, what's your name again? And then he tells me, you know what I'm saying, yo, Mike Towers. And then he shook my head and shit. And I was like, word, I got some videos of you, your performance. And then I said, by the time you finish eating, I'm gonna have a video for you. She was like, all right, man, yo, what's your name?
That's
fine.
fine.
Myself, and then he
That's
saw the Ciroc Boys tattoo. So he was like, yo, you Ciroc Boys? And I was like, yeah. And then he said, you know what I'm saying, my manager fuck with Ciroc Boys too in French Montana. And then when I turned around, he points at Gavi. And I'm like, oh, word, all right, cool. But you know, I'm super calm with it. And I'm just, in my head, I'm thinking like,
I'm about to kill this video.
You know what I'm saying? Once we made this video, like my focus was on
about to skip this lunch.
Word. So I did the video, and by the time they got up and walked past the table, Mike came first. And I was like, look, turned the laptop to him and showed him the video, and he peeped it. And right there, he was like, yo, you just did that shit right now? He was like, yo, hold on, yo, God, come here. He called him. God comes over. And then he was like, look at this shit. Play it again, partner. I played it again. And God was like, yo, what, you just did that shit right now? Oh, nah, we need your number. Then after that, from that time to the next day, he called me to come to the studio. I went to the studio. This was in Manhattan, Fight Club studio.
Okay.
This is where niggas used to battle at back in the days. The MTV show, my man, International P and all that. French was battling there. What you call it? He ends up hitting
Fight Club.
What you call it? They end up hitting me up. I go to Fight Club and then I'm there with Mike Towers and then he's doing like a live show.
Okay.
I forgot what it was. The first one it starts with like a P. But he was doing a live show, and I did the recap for that. And then also we went to the studio later on that day, and I ended up doing 3 different videos for him. And then handed it to him right then and there before I left. So from there he was like, yo, Ronnie, anything you need, you let me know, you know what I'm saying? I got you, but I need you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need a camera guy, and I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'm with it. Yo, after that, they flew me out with my man Cheeky Star, which is Gavi's brother. They flew me out with him.
Okay.
And Mike, we went to South by Southwest in Texas.
Nice.
So we out there, you know what I'm saying? We out there networking and all that. Mind you, Mike is still back, you know what I'm saying, like underground. He's still coming up, so it's like,
yeah, he wasn't
all the way up there yet, so we were still in the stage where we could still walk around And you know what I'm saying? We gotta worry about 30,000 people coming. So we did the whole South by Southwest, and then after that we went to Puerto Rico. Then out there we did, you know what I'm saying? We did some shit. There's like some racing shit, some shit I forgot what they call it out there, but it was in Mayagüez. And we started like going like different clubs and all that shit, walking around, taking pictures, videos. Yeah, all the PR. Taking pictures, videos, you know what I'm saying? Like I got his performances. And then we went back to New York and it just kept going. I just kept working with him. So then the studio where he would always be at, Fight Club Studio, is a main studio in New York as far as like the surroundings, the people that I know, the people that I worked with. That was the main one everybody would go to. You know what I'm saying? So French would be there. That's where I met Belly before I went on tour with Belly. True Life.
That is dope too. I like that.
True Life. We met Evan, which is Cardi B's producer now.
Get it.
Fucking who else? My man Fellas, which he ended up, you know what I'm saying, like pursuing his artist career. Before that he was producing and all that shit, doing a lot of shit for French and everybody.
That's dope.
He got a super dope resume too, and like the dude, he got crazy voice. And so yeah, me being at that studio all the time, even when Mike wasn't there, introduced me to a lot of other artists that was coming.
You just put a hell of a list out there.
You know what I'm saying? My manager being there with me, like, yo, just, you know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do, get some pictures, get some videos, like, get your work in.
Get busy.
So that's how I started doing that shit for them, and the same shit, that same turnaround that I had for Mike Towers that day at the diner, I had for every single artist before he left the studio.
That's crazy.
Already have a recap, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The minute they walking out and I'm saying, yo,
instant.
pleasure to meet you, by the way, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got this video for you real quick. We already in the phone, you know what I'm saying? In the phone generation, so I airdrop the shit and that's it.
That's crazy. That's dope. That's dope.
Just kept meeting them and then kept seeing people consistently to the point where I started working with them. So my man Gob had me working with Mike Towers, and then from there I started working with True Life. True Life, I worked with him all the way until I ended up going on tour.
That's a gangster motherfucker too.
Yeah, True Life.
Shout out to a real.
Yo, True Life. That dude, that's my guy.
Yeah.
OG. You know what I'm saying? Super OG, like, but fucking, bro.
Champagne, pain.
What you call it with him? We went through some shit together.
I bet you got some stories about that.
Not even the craziest that he's ever been in his life, you know what I'm saying? Just some regular shit in somebody in that world, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know that.
For me, be on my videography, photography shit. I made some movies with him too, like fucking in the studio.
And that's
what you did with him in the studio?
Him, like, as far as like a lot of songs that he was recording when he first did his first album, or his first mixtape that he dropped.
He was like,
I was there for a lot of it, but not all the songs he got put on the, you know what I'm saying? Like he was in there banging out song after song.
Yeah,
you gotta work like that.
You know what I'm saying? So I was going there, good pictures, videos. He was more low key. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like just make
he wants to make music.
So you know what I'm saying? Like,
so who was after True Life?
After True Life, up until the last day when I had to fly out from Fight Club, go straight to the airport.
Yeah.
I had to fly out to go to Cali. And out there, I met up with XO. My manager Gabi put me on to Belly. Belly was asking for me, like, yo, what's good with your camera guy? You know what I'm saying? We got to go on tour. I remember I went out there, met him, did the recap video, the pictures. You know what I'm saying? He was fast. I love the way he worked. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's good with him? The Gabi sent me off.
Dope.
Called me up like, yo, what you doing next week?
That work ethic. They see he got that in the Dropbox.
He gotta be quick,
You know
let's
what I'm
do
saying?
it.
Yeah, that's how
you know what I'm saying? He
it.
would explain that, like, yo, just keep working. It's not gonna feel like it'll, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna always feel like it's paying off, but eventually you're gonna hit a jackpot with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Now that I didn't hit the jackpot with
Mikey.
Now that I didn't hit the jackpot with Mikey, because with him it was a regular situation. We at the restaurant, you know what I'm saying? At the diner. And it was just a me showing him the video, yeah. But look what all that shit led to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and fucking
that's exactly what it needs to be.
I started working with XO.
Met so many people. And then what happened after you met XO? Like,
I went on tour with Belly and Juicy J and Project Pat.
Dope.
that was
So
a
wait,
crazy ass tour,
That
right?
shit was fire.
That's a crazy ass lineup right there. Like,
I went with them. We did the whole U.S. tour. We had like 3 buses with us, 4 buses. The whole production team, the producers and all that. And what you call it?
I know you got some footage. Like,
Yeah, I got a lot. I got his hard drives and stash.
Mm.
You got the FD
You
side,
gotta
you know what I'm
keep
saying?
that. You
So
gotta
I
keep
can't
that. You
put
never know when they
that
might
out.
reach out like, yo,
once you jump in the videographer world, you
Yeah.
can't delete nothing.
Nah.
That's the whole thing.
Somebody
Bro,
call
I
you for that
got,
food,
I got,
you know,
I got over 22 hard drives.
Yeah.
I got over 22 hard drives.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, the battery died?
Oh, not too worried. They good.
What's
Good. He is blocking it, so it turns it off.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What you call it? So we go on tour.
Difficulties.
We go on tour with them.
Timeout.
We go on tour with them. And we started on the west side, so those are all the legal states where you can smoke and shit. So, you know, it was throwing weed out into the crowd, smoking. You know what I'm saying? Like, all
That
this
shit's
shit.
getting lit over there. It's
And
mad.
then, what you call it, we ended up doing the whole tour little by little. We was hitting different areas, we would see different people, chill with different people.
So how you like
Zach
that
will
tour
be out
life?
there,
Because I know that
French's
shit's
brother.
different. That shit is real different. Like,
Yeah, tour is dope. Like, I've been on tour multiple times already. I've been on tour with Jayhawk. You know what I'm saying? Well, before I get to
No,
Jayhawk,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, after XO, then what you call it, I ended up coming back. Then I started working with Mercado.
that's my nigga. I fuck with that.
Mercado, you know what I'm saying? So I started working with him, and bro, that was like a super like
Dope
major
time.
turning point as far as like me really not doing too much DJing and everything else, and just doing just video photography. You know what I'm saying? For artists.
Okay.
Signed to a label doing his thing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you getting paid for this.
Focus
Well,
on that artist.
And
Yeah.
I'm living with him, bro.
Yeah, you gotta
Days,
get
weeks,
that-
months
yeah,
at a
you gotta get that
time.
image out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
days, weeks, months at a time. I'm living with him.
Well, you meet a lot of people that way too.
And you know what I'm saying? But they was taking care of me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, trips was paid, food was paid. You know what I'm saying? Anything I needed, I got it. I have to drive my own car, waste my own gas. I would always have somewhere to, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere to sleep. Always have hotel rooms where we leave places, flights booked, all that shit. I just had to do my part.
And make sure
And more than what I was just really there for the photography, the videography. Like, when you're a videographer, photographer
Making
for
sure the
artists,
Dropbox was checked.
you know what I'm saying?
You clean them up.
Y'all become a team, so it's like when y'all move, you gotta help everybody move at the same time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So just, instead of just doing videography, photography, then I also, you know what I'm saying, driving, carrying bags if I got to, you know what I'm saying? No
You
shit in
gotta
my
help with
game,
the
right?
team.
It's all
It's
teamwork,
teamwork.
we moving.
Yeah, no one's
When you moving with
special.
artists,
Yeah, you
you
gotta
gotta,
go.
you gotta move.
pick up and go.
Yeah, you gotta move type shit. So, and then just learning how to travel with them and go to like radio stations doing media shit. You know what I'm saying? And me doing all the behind the scenes to that and watching how all the radio stations work. You know what I'm saying? How iHeart work. How
You get all that footage.
yeah,
Yeah.
getting all that footage and
Yeah.
seeing what they do in the process and how they build their podcast and the structure of their concepts. You know what I'm saying? And I just keep incorporating that shit into me, into my, you know what I'm saying, like my work.
Yeah, because you popped up
Investing more
over
in
here.
equipment and all
You
that.
come popped up with mad equipment over here.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
And I got the car outside full of the trunk. Trunk full of lights and everything. I was just out here filming more videos. But then when I so going back to that, right? When I came back and I was with Mercado, we did all the promo runs and everything. We was traveling from country to country, shooting videos for big artists. You know what I'm saying? Like in the studio, big artists like Daddy Yankee. You know what I'm saying? Playing skills, fire producers. They the ones that produced that song that try to catch me riding dirty. You remember that shit? Try to catch me riding dirty.
Yeah.
So they the producers for that song. And they did a lot of like super like Spanish bangers.
Yeah.
Like a lot of big names. You know what I'm saying? So they ended up
Flow
producing
Rider,
it.
right?
Yeah,
Flow Rider.
Flow Rider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Flow Rider.
what you call it? Then they started. They produced a song called
That's a big
Without.
record too.
Yeah, it's a big record.
They produced a song called Without. With Young Dead. So it's Messia, Young Dead, and you know what I'm saying? And playing skills, producing and shit. So we ended up flying to Cuba.
Man, this nigga been
We in Cuba, bro.
Right
Yeah, we in Cuba. We out there, my man got hands up, my man
got
got
steps.
And it's funny as shit, cause like, in Cuba, if you want like reception, if you want phone service or whatever, you gotta buy these Wi-Fi cards. And then you gotta go to this park where everybody goes to catch signal and use their Wi-Fi shit. Unless you were staying in a hotel, then the hotel had their own shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
But when we would leave, we would have to like try to find a partner somewhere. Yeah.
That's nuts.
And the Wi-Fi would be like $1 an hour though. But you gotta buy like the maximum was 1 hour per card.
Yeah.
So you have a stack of cards trying to use the Wi-Fi. They don't use the same phone services out there that we use. Like you can't, you know what I'm saying?
You can't use a hotspot.
Yeah, out there it's their own, like it's their own internet provider. And the motherfuckers are stuck on 1G right now.
That's crazy. So how recently was that?
That was a couple years ago. We ended up going to way more places. Fucking Dominican Republic, damn near the whole United States from Mercado too.
Got a little one of the gang out.
So but you know what I'm saying? Like I went to a lot of places, did a lot of work with Mercado too, worked with legendary artists. Also Elvis Crespo we ended up working with.
Elvis Crespo.
Suavemente.
Yeah, that's fire. That's like history right there. Hey, we got some hard drives for your ass, bro.
I got so much shit, crazy shit.
You could do like an LS. So have you done like some documentary type things or anything like that?
Not yet. I'm working on my own right now. But the shit is that more shit keep happening. So I feel like I haven't got that closure yet that I could wrap it up and say, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me put the documentary out. I want to be able to put the whole thing all the way till I retire. Because I do got retirement plans. Like, you know what I'm saying? I plan on eventually falling back and doing something more laid back, more relaxed. And hopefully by then have a team that I help build.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
let
was
them
going to say next.
keep you know what I'm saying?
Are you
Keep
starting
rotating.
to work with different photographers, videographers to start building up a team for yourself, or you know?
Yeah, little by little. Like I got a couple people in mind already. They doing their own thing too. But you know what I'm saying? Like a team that I know eventually we can like build something super dope. It's coming. I'm just waiting to have the right opportunity, the right time on my hands to actually bring everybody together. And let's do this practice project. You know what I'm saying? Like just to train each other and know how everybody works so we can work together.
Yeah, that's the best thing. You gotta do a practice run because if anything, y'all niggas fuck up, stumble here, there, like something happens, like, you know.
Yeah. My man's is doing this shit right now. My brother-in-law, PG, he does this shit like super big on YouTube and all that. And he does Twitch. And they stream a lot of shit, gaming videos, they stream movies, you know what I'm saying, do reaction videos and all that. I was just with him in Michigan. We went out there to fucking shoot a Michael Myers film.
Michael Myers,
bro,
damn.
Fire. And like the team that he got, they're super dope. Like the one dude's Berlin, he's on YouTube. He does like a lot of gaming reaction videos and shit like that. He's super big, like almost up to 1 million subscribers on YouTube and shit.
Fire.
And then my brother-in-law got like over 100 stacks.
Damn.
So
shout out to them.
they doing their thing, and you know what I'm saying? I went to go work with them and see how they work, did everything together as a team, and shit was dope. Everybody did their part.
Yeah, you
they got
it
done.
Build something really strong.
So then after that, you know what I'm saying, like I was with Messia, then I got locked up.
Ooh.
While we were still in DR. You know what I'm saying?
Locked up in DR?
Nah, back in PA. I had to drive back. I had to fly back and turn myself in because of driving under suspension. And out there, they take that shit so serious, bro. I had tickets, I'm talking about, from back when I was in like high school.
Damn.
Tickets that I never paid, there was some shit like as simple as street cleaning ticket or some shit. Shit came later on, bit me in the ass. And you know what I'm saying? Like that ticket just kept getting more and more expensive. So by the time I got to it, I owe like, it was like 7, 8 grand.
Damn.
Because between that time I started accumulating driving on suspensions. I had like 7 driving on suspensions. I had fucking speeding tickets, all that shit. But that's me driving on some wild shit, because that's when I used to drive from club to club, from state to state, promoting myself, doing the photography.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was the time I was in Pittsburgh with the Rock Boys. You know what I'm saying? With them, that's a whole nother story. I was with the Rock Boys before I took off with the artists and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I was gonna say what you did with Ciroc Boys.
My fault, we gotta cut that part out. But yeah, so with Ciroc Boys, I was doing I created Ciroc Boys TV. And I took that platform and started using that to market the DJs and everybody else associated with Ciroc, the promoters, the models. And then the dude that was, you know what I'm saying, like, in charge of like the South was Roger Bonds. You know what I'm saying? And Roger Bonds ended up eventually crowning me. I had my manager Christina, she was holding me down and all that. You know what I'm saying? Then after I got crowned in PA, we ended up like the Philly Ciroc Boys got crowned before, but I was already doing Ciroc Boys TV before that. I just never, you know what I'm saying? Like I just didn't get have the actual crowning party till later on. I just kept working with them, going from club to club. You know what I'm saying? Crowning Ciroc Boys, promoting events, promoting Ciroc, models. And at the same time, artists will go to like all these events also. So that's, you know what I'm saying? That's even more behind the scenes with artists.
Yeah, this
in
is
the club vibes.
This is mad people you meet. Your fucking phone book must be crazy.
Yeah. Oh no, phone.
Yeah,
phone,
email list must be nuts.
Bananas, bro, bananas. And I feel bad because a lot of people trying to get to me, and you know what I'm saying? Like, half the times I gotta put my shit on silent, or I gotta put my shit face down so I don't look at it, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just gotta turn the notifications off just to allow me to be able to think through my current situation.
Okay, that's cool.
You know what I mean?
I was gonna ask you, like, okay, we're still in like a Corona time. How did the Corona affect you and what you doing now in the video? Did it slow you down at all? Did it like
in the beginning,
a little speed bump?
In the beginning, it definitely sent off a panic. So a lot of people wasn't meeting up with nobody with shit. There wasn't no videos going out, none of that shit. And then that shit started to affect the industry, closing down the clubs. You know what I'm saying?
That affects the artists' pockets.
Radios, labels, and all that shit closing their doors. Everybody working from home.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying? Like nobody coming out. Period. Not even to fucking go to the store or nothing. Type shit. So that completely like cut everything out. And put everything on pause, like it was for me. So at that moment, I'm just like thinking, you know what I'm saying? Strategic marketing and shit like that. Like, alright, how am I gonna turn this situation into something profitable? Being that everybody's behind closed doors now.
Yep.
But what happens is, me as a videographer, as a content creative, I realized like, yo, at this moment, everybody's on their phone. So I gotta get on my shit now, because being that everybody's on their phone, this is gonna be
perfect time to drop pictures.
It's like a live concert all day, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got the platform, you can hit that live any minute, any second, and everybody's watching.
Yep.
All at the same time. So, you know what I'm saying? So, but nah, I just use that to build, and I started getting on my hustle shit, booking shit left and right. And then eventually, after like weeks went by, and I guess, you know, people started to like look at it as, this whole shit is exaggerated situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, they start losing like patience with it, and people start coming out, and then all of a sudden, well, there's other crazy shit of the unemployment, you know what I'm saying? But I started working after this shit happened. I kept working all the way through. I was working at the auction in PA.
Paid too.
So I'm driving vans out there, working at the auction, and then, you know what I'm saying, using that, bro, I'm talking about nothing compared to what I would, you know what I'm saying, like doing a video, spending one day doing a video, whatever. Like, I actually had to work every single day and being out there in the cold, and there's a whole big ass parking lot, so it's like a freezer, or the metal, or the cars, and getting frozen. But you know what I'm saying, working through it though. I worked through it all the way to the summer. Then once you know what I'm saying, like people started really coming out, I started getting called left and right for videos. You know what I'm saying? People was ready for it. Everybody's feeling to do something because
unemployment. He just
I ain't want to say
that. 1,000%. I know it.
Yo,
I know
hell
it.
yeah, when that shit happened though, like I felt
Shout
it.
out to unemployment.
Word,
bro.
the first time, yo, when that shit went out, bro, the first round, I felt it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was getting the calls and everything, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm ready. Like, let's get to work. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it. Let's
So I
do
took
it.
advantage of the situation, and definitely I put in some work throughout some dope videos. I got some more coming. I just finished 2 more videos yesterday.
I was just saying, now that you're in CT, you said you've been booked since you got here. You've been busy.
Yeah, I've been working with my man Peter Sestaro. Shout out to Peter Sestaro. Shout out to the Bordeaux Cartel. And
Okay. Shout out to them. Dope.
I connected with them through my manager, Gabi. Gabi put me onto a lot, like a lot of different people, and I connected through them. And then, you know what I'm saying? So I come down here, like we work. My man Peter's always willing to work. He's doing dope and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's growing up, so he's going from a kid to a young man.
Uh-huh.
So you know what I'm saying? Like we building them, we working on them, getting them some dope visuals. I'll show you the clips. I got it on my phone.
Yeah, that's
I'll show you
fine.
them Jones. And then yeah, so I will come out here periodically every week, every couple weeks. And I'll be out here a couple days or whatever, and I'll work with them. Get some content out, build his pictures. You know what I'm saying? Cover arts for his songs.
So you always on the move.
Yeah.
You live on
He's
the
doing
road.
some shit. He did some shit with Playing Skills too. Doc on the Beat, which is the one that he does work with Jayhawk too. So he works with them. You know what I'm saying? The OG star.
So how you got
Shout
that
out
with
to G Star
J.I.?
Management. So with J.I., so what you call it? When I got locked up, then I had to come back from DR. When I was with Mercado, he was shooting some videos out there. I had to come back. He was doing a promo to it too. And I had to come back, turn myself in. Then I had house arrest for like 6 months. So that shit killed me. Like I couldn't leave, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was locked up. I couldn't do no work, no nothing. So,
I should murder my soul.
but of course, you know what I'm saying? Like business continues. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna stop for me. So, what you call it? But see, I kept doing this thing, still doing this thing, and I just had to basically work. You know what I'm saying? Like work my way back to God, and fucking all the way from when I was on house arrest and all that to the minute I was off. Bro, the same day that I got off of house arrest,
You was out.
I was out.
Yeah.
I was out, bro. So, you know what I mean? So I started working. J.I. comes along. And J.I. ends up seeing Gabi or whatever, and then ends up telling him, like, yo, what's good? Like, I'm still trying to do my music and all this. Like, if you watch his shit, you can hear him saying it. He's still trying to do his music and all that. And he just, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wanted, you know what I'm saying? He needed somebody to work with. So God was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? They ended up meeting, whatever they did, and fucking he got back in the studio and started doing music. So, what you call it? Around the time that he was gonna drop his first mixtape was around the time that my house arrest shit was finished. You know what I'm saying? And I was leaving, so his shit was like one of the first shits that I basically shot before the you know what I'm saying? Like doing everything else for was the first
Artist you shot when you came
the
off?
first EP. When I came out, yeah, I was working with Jazz since I came out of the house or shit. But I met him before. He came to the studio where it was around the time that he was still doing the rap battle. The Jermaine Dupri show.
Yep.
And he came to the studio and we peeped him, you know what I'm saying? He performed in front of us and everything. Like, his energy was super fire. His words was on point. He was doing his thing, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then I didn't end up seeing him till after. I came out of house arrest. This was a couple years later.
And then it just clicked.
And then God be working with him and all that. We got him to the point bomb. He came and they dropped the EP first. I was with him in the car, you know what I'm saying? We coming from Gabi's house. we in a truck driving back to the city. Jay's in the front, Gavi's in the driver's side, I'm in the back. Jay's on my laptop uploading his EP. Right, so I'm recording him, and then mind you, at 12 o'clock is his birthday. So we're like, yo, happy birthday! And at that moment was when he had hit and uploaded, you know what I'm saying? And said, yo, mixtape's out, da-da-da. And then from there, the next EP dropped, and I was in the studio with him. But of course, working with him, after he dropped that first EP, then we went on tour. And we did the, you know what I'm saying? We did the US tour. We came out here to Connecticut, we was at Toast Place. You know what I'm saying? We went to, what you call it, Rhode Island, we went to Mass, we went to Philly, Atlanta, North Carolina.
Gotcha.
And we did the whole US and came back. And even that was super fire, super dope. He had artists come out, you know what I'm saying? Show them love too.
So you did like video and pictures, or you was just a photographer?
No, I do videos and pictures.
Yeah.
So I do the recap videos, and then I also slide. Like, let's say, like I be doing a lot more with Jayhawk now. Jayhawk, what you call it? Like the last videos that he shot and all that shit. Recently, I posted up on the behind the scenes, so I got them drawings out. Just came out dope. All his behind the scenes shits I shoot, and then I also gotta take pictures for the label, and the label uses it for publishing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let's say they do like any articles on any magazine articles or whatever, use it to to show that he's about to release a video or whatever. They'll have that picture to put up for him. And then exclusive shit too, like it'll be shit that I never post on my own. There's MD agreements and all that shit too. But it'll be shit that I never post on my own, but I have. And I would just put out the more like crowd shots, more people in it. But the solo shots will always be exclusive for any artist. You know what I'm saying? Like that's supposed to be, but that's how the team works. Like we keep, you know what I'm saying? We keep everything divided. So I have to do pictures and videos and then have shit for instant upload. Sometimes I'll, you know what I'm saying, send them a clip. Like fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even want the whole recap, just send me that one clip. If you got that one clip, that's all we want. I just have to Bluetooth clip real quick on the phone. Like, I don't know if you seen it.
Quick fast.
You remember the J.I. shit that was on the Oprah? Or was it Oprah? No, it was on Wendy Williams.
Wendy Williams,
okay. And the bouncer dragged her off the stage.
No, I didn't see that part. But I heard about that shit.
Like this girl jumped on the stage and then a bouncer or security guard came and grabbed her by the leg and just slid her. Not even like on some violence shit, just like, yo, come here. You know what I'm saying? He super big, she's super little, so it looked like something like super powerful, but you know what I'm saying? There's really like no
force.
Yeah, no force needed to like even to like remove her off the stage. But that shit ended up going super viral. That was just a clip. I gave him a clip for that night. And then fucking woke up in the morning, that shit was everywhere. Yo, look at this shit, this on the Wendy Williams. This shit fucking shit hit World Star and everything. But yeah, so I do pictures and videos. And then I've been working with J.I. since coming off for the house arrest. And really like any situations that he will have, any trips and shit like that, I go with him. But we got more photographers too, and videographers, like my man Derek that shot Need Me. And some of his other videos are like proud of me. And like that dude, you know what I'm saying? Like he was in the studio with me filming the Fight Club battles. But he got, you know what I'm saying? Like he stepped his game up, he's doing real good with the cameras and shit, so he does videos for J.I. too. And then we got my man Vintage. Young kid, he likes like the Polaroid shit. It's like old school picture type shit. But he's doing good too, he's doing his thing.
Yeah, that's dope, that's dope.
And an Indian kid too. Another Indian kid doing his thing. That he's working with us. And
so you just working with a whole, that's good that y'all got a whole bunch of people, so it's not all on you and you just focus on certain shit. Everybody has their own focus, and then y'all all get it done together. Like, that's the best way to do shit.
And off the strength of my man God put me on. So basically, like, my work is majority with Gabi, basically. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever he needs me to do, then I'm gonna do it. It could be a family family event. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I got my cousin's wedding or something. They need a DJ or they need a photographer or video. You know what I'm saying? He'll send me to them. What you call it? Any friends that will need work, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he networks for me. He puts me on, plugs me in. So all
That's
the artists,
dope.
basically all these artists that I work with, more is working with God.
So okay, so it's all about who you know, basically.
Yeah.
So that's dope.
And then D Shooter, which was French's videographer, photographer, like his personal one, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She was also in that, you know what I'm saying, like that same circle of family, like Gabi and French, and, you know what I'm saying, like Gabi was married to French. So by the time I got to that studio, French was doing like, you know what I'm saying, his own thing.
Yeah.
So I wasn't seeing him as much, but then basically I ended up doing a lot of work with D Shooter, which was French's videographer, photographer, and she would be at places, because she had saw how fast I edited and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we was on Periscope that day when I went with Mike Towers. It was the live show. It was Periscope, and D Shooter was there, and that's how I really like clicked with her. And then after that, I started helping her out on like all the French stuff. She was videotaping everything, sending it to me at night. By the time they woke up in the morning, the video was done. And she would give it to French, you know what I'm saying? Just kept working like that. And then of course, meeting French through him coming to the studio and through Gabi. And just, you know what I'm saying? We did like Zach's birthday party.
Yeah.
Everybody was there, French was there.
Dope.
And it just kept on after that. It was just regular.
Yeah.
See, everybody was working with everybody. So anybody that's around God, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would be most likely to work with.
Yeah, that's dope. So you basically
And
got
straight
this
to
video
God,
for
I feel like
DJ.
yeah, and I owe that loyalty because he brought me in, you know what I'm saying? Brought me into the game and all that.
God was a dope person, bro.
But
Sound
everybody
like
that I
dope.
work with, you know what I'm saying? Even on behalf of God, like, they all took care of me the way God would take care of me. You know what I'm saying?
And that's how it should be. That's the only way you respect it.
Yeah. Even Jayhawk flew us out for a trip not too long ago with to Florida. We just out there playing basketball, swimming in the pool, not even doing much, and just chilling, falling back, you know what I'm saying? Working that way, making movies, taking pictures. The whole artist shit, like, the whole Corona shit shut everything down, all the radio stations and all that, so we couldn't really do much.
But you
As far as go to places. But the digital platform expanded so much that people started using Wi-Fi to their advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So then eventually, Gabi put me on Spotify.
Spotify, dope.
And I ended up, you know what I'm saying, they did the special on J.I., the artist highlight special. And I ended up doing all the filming for it. They set everything out, the cameras, got everything set up, the lighting, everything was set. All I had to do was go in there,
Press button.
and press record.
And that's
Stop, you know
dope.
what I'm saying? Or like play with the aperture, the shutter speed and all that, like when we was doing the pictures outside, but everything was connected Wi-Fi. So I'm talking to you know what I'm saying? The whole production team is Spotify, everybody's on the phone, people's watching me through live, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
That we
Yo,
get-
do this, put it this way.
Yeah,
Do this, do
yeah.
that.
Switch the angle, alright, bring it down, alright, bring it up, alright, bring it down 2 stops, it's looking real bright, you know what I'm saying? So they guided me through the whole shit, we did the whole thing. And it came out fire, it came out super fire. It was a dope opportunity. I see my pictures on, you know what I'm saying, like billboards in Times Square, Cali,
I see you posted.
all over the place. Yeah, it was super dope. And I'm proud for him, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's the main reason, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's who we all work to push to get us to where we all need to be, you know what I'm saying?
That's fire.
And it's working out. It's super dope. Everybody around me super supportive. Like, I keep myself
I like that.
exclusive. I don't really be like around a lot of people that is outside of my workflow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when I go home, I stay home a lot, but I edit a lot. I'm always like looking up different shit for marketing because of course I'm helping the artists, and you know what I'm saying, I gotta be creative for them so that what you call it.
Yeah, you gotta you gotta have a step ahead of the game so you
They gotta look good because it's my camera.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying? Showing
yep.
them what the artist is looking like, how the artist is looking like.
I respect it.
So I gotta be super strategic on that and cautious to just, you know what I'm saying, like be smart about it. and what you call it.
So what's next for Georgie?
I don't know, like I'm still little by little right now feeling like time is flying, and you know what I'm saying, like I'm getting older.
We all are, so I know.
And being subconscious about it's the young industry that makes it. So like my work would continue to be with younger and younger artists. The artists are gonna stay younger. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get older, and eventually I ain't gonna be able to do what I do now, because of course I'm gonna get old, my knees are gonna get weak. You know what I'm saying? So fucking, I just want to build that team and have that solidified, and also so that I can keep on handing down to my clients, because I got a big client base in PA, also in Connecticut, because I'm from here. You know what I'm saying, Bridgeport, and New York too. So like I want to build a team to be able to just keep that going. You know what I'm saying? But like I really want to train people and have them do the, if not better, the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And skip all the like all the loops and get to where they need to get to faster.
Yeah.
Because I know what it takes to get to where I'm at. So
yeah, it takes
if I could go back now, I would have cut half of it off and got straight. You know what I'm saying? Straight to it. But that's just a cycle of life. Like when you done learning is when you done living.
Yeah.
Because once you know it all, like, you know what I'm saying?
You got nothing to live for.
You got nothing to live for.
I love it. I love it. Don't be one of them niggas that have nothing to live for. Don't be mad.
Yeah. So eventually I probably just retire to like a barber chair. So, you know what I'm saying? Get my own barber shop. I want to get a warehouse where, you know what I'm saying, like I could do like a lot of photography, videography, divide it into different sectors, build different sets, you know what I'm saying, light it up with what I need to light it up, just make a full production, like build it eventually to where I could provide all the services and marketing and everything incorporated to, you know what I'm saying, to continue my work in the industry.
That's dope. And I see that happening.
And privately too, because you make a lot of money off of people that are not even famous, you know what I'm saying? Like, people pay top dollar out there. Not just artists.
You're right, you're 100% right. But shout out to you, shout out to the whole work ethic. I love the work ethic, I love the work. I love seeing, you know, my fellow Bridgeport native person out here working with some of these great artists, like, and you done work with a whole bunch of them. Shout out to Gabi.
Shout out to God. God just got surgery not too long ago too. I think he got his appendix removed.
Hope he's good.
So hope he's good, my G. You already know. Happy birthday. His birthday just passed. Happy birthday to
Happy birthday shout out. Happy birthday shout out to Jayhawk.
Word, shout out to Apollo Ray. That's our other artist on G-Star also. And his birthday just passed too. So all three of them got birthdays.
Yeah, shout out to all of y'all. Hopefully we
G-Star shit, y'all. But
y'all
yeah,
doing
yo,
big
shout out
things.
to you,
Keep
bro.
it up, yo. Keep it up. Don't stop. Keep moving. Keep talking y'all shit. I love it. And I don't stop. You know.
Word.
You know. Keep moving the way y'all moving. Don't change it for nothing.
Keep doing your thing too. You doing good out here.
I'm trying.
I remember to come up.
Little by little, slowly but surely, we get things right around here.
And I got, bro, like the interview was dope. I appreciate it. And I got way more coming for my documentary. When that comes,
I'm looking forward to that.
You know what I'm saying? I kind of had to hold myself from certain things that, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to say, but it's gonna be exclusive on the documentary, so that shit just, you know what I'm saying, stay on the lookout for that. It's gonna be fire, it's gonna be dope. Of course, the pictures and the videos is gonna be there to prove it.
Shout out to Instagram and everything.
You already know. Shout out to the grams and all that, to all the artists out there. Use the, you know what I'm saying, use the social media right now to your advantage, and you know what I'm saying, like take it over. Flood them with content. You know what I'm saying? Just let's talk it more content. People want to see and hear. Nobody want to read. That's just where they lazy at. But if you got something that's going to keep their eyes busy and their ears at the same time, which is, you know what I'm saying, content, videos, all that. Hit up your local video guys. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody doing things with the cameras and just make content, bro.
Yes, get them checks. Let's get this money now.
Hell yeah. Hit my man up, don't be mad.
Definitely. We working out here, so I'm looking forward to just opening this venture in the videography. You still haven't made it. You're always busy when I do my mixed shoots, but one day you're gonna be over.
Yeah, no, definitely. I gotta come check that out. I like the whole concept and everything. Everything's legit. Everything's dope.
Think about doing something like dope in the like private little spot, little cars and bikes, nothing crazy.
And the warehouse that I want, that I got in mind, is with that same concept. You see how you set yours up, and then, you know what I'm saying, there's different booths, you take pictures, different. I want to do that shit, but also for videos too. You know what I'm saying, sets big enough to walk and driving.
That's fire.
And all that, but most likely my brother-in-law is gonna get there first. Cause he's with that YouTube and that Twitch shit, like.
That Twitch shit and that YouTube is
bro, that
different.
shit's booming right now.
Yeah, it's big,
super
big
booming.
money. It's big
But you gotta be on that shit faithfully.
Yeah. You gotta live on that shit.
Yeah, that's gotta be your breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day.
Hey,
Wow.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't doing it.
He managed to do it and raise a daughter at the same time.
He's doing
That's
great.
crazy.
Congratulations. Shout out to him.
Just bought a brand new car and everything. He doing good. And we live with each other. We got the same area of workspace. My studio's in the same basement where his studio is at. We all right next to each other. So we just influence each other and just, you know what I mean?
That's the best way to be around and motivate yourself. Like be around someone else that's working, that's motivated, and you're just gonna keep working and stay motivated.
We spend, you know what I'm saying, we spend every single day motivating each other, grinding, and eventually started working with them. So that's gonna be dope. We got a movie coming in October.
Movie coming in October.
Some scary shit.
Some scary shit? I love scary.
Shit.
I got a dope graphic, effect artist that's dope.
Yeah, word. Shout out to her. Halloween's coming in, Halloween party. You doing something for Halloween?
Yeah, I'm trying to do a mix and shoot or something like that, dope.
Halloween style.
I like that Halloween versus reggaeton versus reggae.